Hey everybody, Dr. Jason Pikin again. Welcome to another episode of the Digestion Diaries. Here I wanted to give a thought out to people that have a persistent cough. Now, maybe not a sick cough, there's a difference, but a persistent, dry, kind of hacky cough, especially even if it was after a cold. Maybe you had a cold and you were coughing for a week or two and you feel like it's just lingering, but it's not productive anymore. It's more dry. Or you cough like 3, 4, 5 times a day. You might cough only when you lie down at night or cough early in the morning. Maybe you barely even notice it and people are telling you or asking you, hey, are you sick? Is there something wrong? Because you've gotten so used to it. Well, either that or clearing your throat. Just that, that reflex that sometimes happens to people, especially if you're clearing your throat after meals. Both that persistent dry cough and the clearing your throat, especially after meals or clearing your throat on a regular basis, are signs that you may have acid reflux. Now, a lot of people don't know that, but it's true. Acid reflux is one of the main causes of that persistent dry, hacky cough or clearing your throat. So it could also be something called non-acid reflux. A lot of people have heard of acid reflux or heartburn. It's when the acid from your stomach that's supposed to stay there is really escaping up through this little sphincter that's below your esophagus and above your stomach, and it comes up into your esophagus and it starts to burn your esophagus, and that causes that reflux feel. Well, you can also have a non-acid reflux, meaning that there's a valve. It's a lower esophageal sphincter. It looks kind of like that, okay? It's the end of your esophagus and where your stomach meets. So I like to use this diagram all the time. So this would be your esophagus where you swallow food down, it travels right down, and it hits your stomach, and it's separated by your diaphragm muscle where you breathe right on here. So it's really represented just like this. So the sphincter is supposed to allow foods to go one way through it and not back up the other way. So it opens up to allow the foods going into this acid environment in your stomach and not allowing it to come up. Well, you might not have an acid reflux, but if that sphincter is weakened because of a hernia, a hiatal hernia, because your stomach has scooped up, I can use this, scooped up and past the diaphragm, it's not hanging down, it's coming back up. Hopefully that comes out good in the video. But if you have a hiatal hernia, it can cause some of the stomach contents to slowly kind of come up and escape, especially if you're overeating or you lie down after eating, it's where it can escape. So keep those in mind, because if you have, whether it's acid reflux or non-acid reflux, if you don't have food staying where it's supposed to or acid staying where it's supposed to, you got to do something about it. And what should you do? Well, you have to think physical, chemical, emotional. Same fixes for everything. The 3 tips for acid reflux. Physical, you could have stress at the diaphragm so you can work on the muscles. You could have something called a subluxation, which is a misalignment in your neck or your mid-back that a chiropractor can work on with you. Or you can actually have emotional stress triggering problems in those muscles as well, or triggering imbalances in the chemistry in your body, causing indigestion, or you can have a chemistry problem itself. Either too little acid can cause acid reflux. Yes, too little acid. I've gone through this in other videos. You got to look at the other acid reflux videos I've got. Or too much acid. Either way, what I want you to be aware of, and the purpose of this video, is to make more people aware that if you're going too often, or if you have that dry, hacky cough, and I'm not going to try to reproduce that one, go get checked by somebody that really understands the body and understands reflux. And you don't necessarily need an endoscopy from a GI doc, but it can't hurt. So check with your GI doctor, check with your applied kinesiologist, your nutritionist, and if you want my help, give us a call. Check out more at drjasonpikin.com. Have a great day, everybody.